Okay. We don't have huge amounts of time to be naffing about. G'day, Flossie. How are you, mate? Thought this would be the easiest way for me to just capture the audio. Excuse me. For these short stories, because otherwise I get inside my own head and I don't get it done. So I thought I'd do the quick live. I'm good, mate. I'm really well, thanks. Got a couple of minutes before work, so I thought we'd jump on and have a quick read through Hazy Days. I have read this story before. It's about a year old. You can find it on the comlink. I should put a link in the description. Or maybe I'll do that after the stream. Yeah. No Tim Tam slams today here at After Dark. Not for these. So it's a slightly different intro to the usual After Dark nonsense. Anyway, let's jump in. So Hazy Days. This one you can find under the comlink. I have got my screen set at a 120 or 160. I don't know, whatever. So I can see the text bigger. You know what I mean. Under serialized fiction. Do a quick search for serialized fiction. And let me just set this screen back to its normal size. And you'll see a whole bunch of, fiction here. There was a gift for Baba from 3 years ago. There's not a lot of new stuff here. There is another section here. If you go back to all, you can go to, is it series? And there's a couple of series here. So there's not a huge amount, but I'm sure, as we go through things, I'll find more. Or just other interesting things to read. So let's bring up Hazy Days. Wow, excuse me. All right, let's make sure we got that text at a good size. That looks good to me. Here we go. Hazy Days. A sudden uprush dispels the dark. Pernell Arai opens his eyes to find himself in a bright, sterile medical facility. There you are, Mr. Arai. Where am I? It's okay. You're in Orison. Looks like your regen was successful. How are you feeling? Pernell draws a few deep breaths, then wiggles his fingers and toes. A little sore. What happened to me? Afraid I can't help you with that. You suffered a traumatic injury, though. Don't think there'll be any scarring, though, so you're lucky there. What's the last thing you remember? Parnell's memories come flooding back. He's dancing with Sergei. He's on a beach in Kassel, basking in the glow of Goss's binary stars. He's a kid, struggling to steady a gun to shoot cans in an abandoned building on the outskirts of Archibald Station. Your brain activity looks normal, at least, the doctor says while navigating screens on her datapad. Sorry. I'm remembering things. It's just a lot at once. All good. I asked because your last imprint was quite a while ago. If you don't imprint frequently, your short-term memory can be a bit hazy. You know that, right, Mr. Arai? Mr. Arai? Pernell shifts his eyes from the window-stunning vista over Orison to the doctor, then nods knowingly. Sorry. Still settling back in. Totally understandable. Well, all your vitals look good, so you're free to leave. Obviously, take a little time for yourself and maybe imprint a bit more frequently. Might make things easier next time. Pernell thanks the doctor, then leaves the hospital in a daze, wearing the clothing provided to him. Wind whips across the Cloudview Center platform, chilling him to the bone through the thin material. Still, he stops to enjoy the sunset spreading vibrant color across the sky. He even leans over the railing, ever so slightly, to take in the cloud bank below. A sudden rush of vertigo overcomes him. Pernell takes a quick step back, then wonders if that's how he died. Like a fool, falling off an Orison platform. He sits on a nearby bench and closes his eyes. No recent memories surface. Eventually, Pernell stands and walks across the platform, knowing full well that things could be worse. At least, he remembers the location of his hab. I'll get these accents in at some stage. I have been thinking maybe I'll do some, voice, you know, voice coaching and stuff. It's one of the things I love to do with my daughter when we go to bed, read her stories. I like to do all the character voices and stuff. And whenever my wife reads her story, she's always like, you got to do the voices, Mum. You've got to do the voices. And Kim's like, I can't do the voices. Back at his green circle hab, Purnell opens a closet to change. For a second, he's shocked to see his favorite helmet missing. Of course, he was wearing it when... He pauses again, hoping something will come back, but nothing does. Instead, he recalls how he quit tailing a target in the back streets of Fujin City to buy the helmet from a pop-up stall. Something about it suited him, and it had served well, keeping him safe. That is, until now. Only later did he discover he was... Ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. This is the problem, right? Now I've got to go back. We're going to go back to the beginning of the paragraph so it flows properly. This is the reason why, I thought I'd do it live, because, at least this way I'll just keep going. Because when I get to this point when I'm recording stuff and I do it once, twice, three times, I'm like, fuck it. I've got other things to do. No, I'll come back. And it doesn't happen. Back at his green circle hab, Purnell opens a closet to change. For a second, he's shocked to see his favorite helmet missing. Of course, he was wearing it when... He pauses again, hoping something will come back, but nothing does. Instead, he recalls how he quit tailing a target in the back streets of Fujin City to buy the helmet from a pop-up stall. Something about it suited him, and it had served well, keeping him safe. That is, until now. Only later did he discover it was Only later did he discover it was an early and exceedingly rare CC's conversion helmet. All right, fuck it. Back at his green circle hab, Purnell opens a closet to change. I'm sorry. Oh, I could just imagine sitting there watching this live and to hear me reading back the same paragraph over and over and over. This time for sure. Back at his green circle hab, Purnell opens a closet to change. For a second, he's shocked to see his favorite helmet missing. Of course, he was wearing it when... He pauses again, hoping something will come back, but nothing does. Instead, he recalls how he quit tailing a target in the back streets of Fujin City to buy the helmet from a pop-up stall. Let's put a pause there. Something about it suited him, and it had served well, keeping him safe. That is, until now. Only later did he discover it was an early and exceedingly rare CC's conversion helmet, one that is immensely valuable to him in many ways, and now, potentially gone forever. Purnell pops open his Moby and scrolls through his inventory. His heart sinks when he sees what's missing. It must have been a big op if he took so much stuff. There's enough of his gear still in storage, but he feels so disconnected from this collection of odds and ends that it's like browsing through someone else's closet. He can't remember the last time he wore half this stuff. Shoving the dull ache of loss aside, Purnell grabs his backup undersuit and stuffs his right leg into it, praying it still fits. I think when I did a gift for Baba, after that, nonsense, getting halfway through a paragraph and then, stuffing something up and then having to read through the whole paragraph, I started putting small breaks. I'll have to remember every now and then, put a small break, and then I can come back and clip it and edit it. Praying still fits. All right, here we go. Circling above the surface, it doesn't take long before Purnell spots the bunker's support structures. He slows the ship and adjusts course to keep his distance, unable to trust his memory enough to know whether or not the spot has turrets. It all looks vaguely familiar, and the more he circles, the more he feels like he's been here. If he had to bet, this is where he died. Purnell found this spot after checking his Moby for his recent job history. His last gig brought him to this bunker, which would explain why he took so much stuff. In the past, he would have assembled 1, maybe 2 people for something like this. But Purnell started doing jobs like this alone since coming to Crusader. At first, it was out of necessity, since he didn't trust anyone. But as his confidence grew and the credits rolled in thanks to getting to keep 100% of the payout, he soon found himself scrolling his Moby specifically for similar gigs. Plus, if Purnell was being honest, he found the rush of facing down a hive of outlaws all on his lonesome to be incredible. G'day, Motherfig. How are you, mate? Thanks for joining us there in the chat. We're only on YouTube today. I jumped onto Twitch earlier on, but Twitch is complaining that, I'm using, unlicensed music in my videos and they're muting sections of it, which is bullshit. So I'll have to check with Epidemic Sound about that stuff. I'm pretty sure I've got my Twitch channel linked to my Epidemic Sound, so we didn't jump on the old Twitch today. He's lonesome. Now, contemplating landing back at the bunker where he died, Purnell wonders about the wisdom of not bringing backup. He's already at a disadvantage wearing his second-hand gear with some asshole in the bunker probably getting ready to shoot him with the carefully calibrated weapons they've undoubtedly. Now, contemplating landing back at the bunker where he died, Purnell wonders about the wisdom of not bringing backup. He's already at a disadvantage wearing his second-hand gear with some arsehole in the bunker, probably getting ready to shoot him with the carefully calibrated weapons they've undoubtedly looted from his body. Slowing the ship's thrusters, he spots a turret and sets his sights on it. He primes a missile and pushes in. To his surprise, the turret doesn't care. He takes his finger off the trigger and buzzes the bunker. When that doesn't prompt a response from the turret either, he loops back and lands without incident. Glad it didn't cost him any munitions to set down near the entrance. Oh, boy. I've got to say, I'm really loving that C1. I went out after I got back from work this morning for a very quick gem mining expedition. She's such a lovely ship to fly. He climbs out of the ship, quickly double-checks his unfamiliar gear and hustles towards the bunker. The outer doors are already breached and slightly open, showing a sliver of the elevator inside. He unholsters his pistol, a near pristine Arclight 2, and enters cautiously. A few steps inside, a hail of bullets strike his ship. Purnell spins to see that the nearby turret is now very active. His ship's shields flare for a moment before they blink out, and he barely has time to avert his eyes as an explosion sends ship debris flying across the landing pad. Job done. The turret returns to rest. For a second, Purnell feels woozy and steadies himself against the door. When it passes, he takes a second to contemplate his next step, activates his Moby, and sends out an emergency beacon. Then he collects himself and steps onto the elevator, certain that it will take a while for a ride to arrive, and that he didn't come all this way not to get his helmet. There's a bit of a windy storm outside at the moment, so if we get some background clunking, maybe part of my roof's coming off or the downpipes are coming off. Who knows? There's a lot of clatter going on. Once inside, Purnell gets deja vu. He knows a lot of the prehab. Once inside, Purnell gets deja vu. He knows a lot of the prefab bunkers around Crusader were built using the same modular design. But this one feels strangely familiar. He creeps in quick and quiet, then peers around a corner to see a grenade coming his way. Instinctively, Purnell rolls forward and takes cover behind a stack of crates. The blast knocks a few atop him, which he quickly kicks away and starts firing. A figure falls and Purnell rolls through the swirling smoke to a new position. He holsters the pistol, unslings his P4 AR rifle, fires, and watches another figure fall. He pushes forward, drawing fire from another concealed position. Purnell weaves behind cover until he's flanking the remaining combatant. He swings his rifle up and focuses on a hazy shadow within the columns of smoke, and squeezes the trigger until the figure falls. Nice and short, this one. Purnell takes a moment and lets everything settle. His ears are still ringing from the initial grenade blast, but the bunker is otherwise quiet. He gets up and crosses to the last figure he shot. His heart sinks when he sees what's left of the distinct shape of his helmet, now bullet-ridden and modded to match the gang's colors. Something about seeing those colors makes memories flood Purnell's mind. He looks around the space and it all comes back, including the fact that there were 4 of them last time. Purnell hears footsteps behind him, and before he can raise his rifle, everything goes black. What happened? Who was he? Did you piece it together? It's all there in that last paragraph. This bit. Only 15 minutes to read that one. Nice. I had budgeted half an hour. It's a fun story. Short, sweet, and all the detail is here in the back. We've got a handful of people watching. If anyone's got a second, what do you think happened? Who do you think he was? Have you read this story? And I think, given that we've got a little bit of time, we might jump into a little bit of Star Citizen. Let me cue that up, hey? Okay, jump in. I'm pretty sure my C1 is in space. We're above Magda. Might do a little bit of rock climbing before we go to work. Hazy Days. I remember reading this one a year back when it came out. There is another one here that I'm really interested to read. Let's go back up. Let's reset our screen size back to some sort of normality. Comlink. Is under serialized fiction? Yeah, Sid and Cyrus. Or Cyrus. This one. 3 parts. And these are long ones. So I think we might need a couple of sessions to record this. There's a lot of back and forward, conversation type writing in this one. But, this is just the first part. It's quite long. And I have read the first paragraph, and that's it. Damn, Adam, you rocked it, son. Love it. This is some amazing storytelling. Seriously awesome job, and looking forward to part 2. So I've read just the first part here. This bit. The first sort of section. Anyway, so Hazy Days. Did you figure out who he was? Let's quickly go back there. And it's all there in the ending. So basically, he's woken up in Orison. Is obviously been killed in the bunker by this guy. Purnell hears footsteps behind him, and before he can raise his rifle, everything goes black. Why do I say this guy? Because he's killed the other 3 dudes he came into the bunker with. The gang. Wearing his helmet with the gang's colors on it. He's killed everybody here. Once inside, he gets deja vu. He knows a lot of the prefab bunkers, blah, blah, blah. He creeps in quick and quiet, blah, blah, blah. The grenade comes flying towards him. That's his gang thinking that he's the other dude. They throw a grenade at him. He kills one of them. He kills the second one. He kills the third one. And then the dude who killed him comes up behind him and snuffs him once again. Nice little twist. And I did like the bit here at the beginning about falling off the Orison platforms. Where is it? It's at the top up here. Purnell takes a quick step back, then wonders if that's how he died. Like a fool, falling off an Orison platform. Who hasn't fallen off an Orison platform? Come on! We've all done it. We know we have. All right, let's jump in. I hope you enjoyed that, Hazy Days. Nice and short. Nice little warm up for getting back into some of the audio stories. I think I mentioned just before I am quite keen to, do some audio or some voice coaching classes. One of my friends in Adelaide has the most amazing voice, and it switches. Like his narration voice is completely different than his regular speaking voice. Like if you listen to them side by side, you would say that's not the same guy. It's unbelievable. It's like he's got a proper deep radio voice. Like the distinction is like right there. Oh, hi, I'm Craig. How are you? And after a little bit of time, you can come along and see me at my hab. It's unbelievable. All right, let's go. Where are we? We'll do a little bit of gem mining. Let's get some music on. Where are we? Oh, boy. I'm going to get a little bit of music on. Oh, no, what happened? Oh, hang on. I'm so totally disorientated. Sorry about the, what's it called? The Quagglefernler. The Toby going crazy. I think I finally got it working properly. We'll put on a little bit of musica. Do we have a little bit of musica going on? My headphones aren't on. All right. Let's go. I gotta say, it's quite nice flying with this Toby again. Makes a big difference. Just, being able to quickly look around and stuff. It's quite nice. So how's everyone's day been? Dutchman! How are you, man? Good to see you. I saw that you were on a little earlier. I hope you've been well, mate. I hope you've been well. It's been a long time. I miss your dulcet tones, man. It's good to see you in the chat, mate. Yeah, it's nice to be back. We've done 2 Sundays now. We've done 2 Sundays. Let's head on over here. And a quick stream before work tonight just to read Hazy Days, which we did at the beginning of the stream. Just a very quick 15-minute story, very, very short one. But I thought it'd be a good chance to just get, something recorded. And, start kicking that off. I've been mentioning for ages that I have been wanting to do some audio recording. And it just hasn't happened. So I figured the best way to do it is to pop on a live, have a bit of an interaction with the community as I read the stories. Like that one I had read before, but otherwise, I thought it'd be nice to read them live, and then we can all react to the story together and experience it together, and then I can edit it all down afterwards into, a narrative-only story. Ship rolls so quickly. I'm pretty sure it's going to be those rocks over there. Yep. How do you ping in your ship with your sticks? Mine does not work anymore. Oh, you might need to rebind your controls. I've found I've had to rebind a whole bunch of my controls. So on my right VKB, the little red thumb trigger button I've set as my ping. A click enables my gimbals, and if I hold it down, it pings. All right, what's in these here? And I have noticed if you're ever over Magda, when I was here yesterday, I think, the blue areas, you know, when you're looking at Magda, you can see these veins of blue, right? I seem to be getting a lot more hadonite in those blue sections. Dollarvine. I need to disable my scanning button. I haven't set it yet. Can we hit a little bit of hadonite before I've got to go to work? I did rebind it. It only works if I'm in scanning mode. While this is not set active in setting where you can only ping in scanning mode. I'm using the radar, not the scanner. So this is the scanner. So maybe check your radar settings. Oh, let's disable this. It causes issues. Solar wine. Come on. Magda, hit me up with a little bit of Hattie before work, mate. If I can get something in the bank, that'd be nice. I don't think I'm ever going to get... I don't think that afterburner or that boost is ever going to get old. The issue with using the radar is I'm limited to that 360-degree scan, right? I can't just scan in front of me like you can with the scanner. But there's just too much going on the scanner that I find it disorientating to fly when the scanner's open. And, you know, at the end of the day, I really enjoy this, just flying around the surface, you know, just keeping an eye out. And now with the Moby working properly, the Toby working properly, I can just peer left and right and see what's close to me and, you know... Something popped up back here. No, maybe it's this over here. You bought a new ship. Oh, the Sulen. With the chairman's paint. Oh, you bought it. That's a fun ship. I rented it for a little bit. Yeah, fun. With the sticks, I think it's probably a lot easier to land than, you know, people with a keyboard and mouse. You know, I had been seeing a lot of people saying that it's just too difficult to take off and land. But, you know, I didn't really have any issues. Let's go. Okay, let's turn that off. Turn the Toby off because it causes problems. What? We could have got out and had a look by now. The fact that I'm not getting the gem node highlighted is of concern. All that time for some Dolavine. I can just find one little hadonite cluster, that'd be nice. I've got about an hour before I need to head off to work. What's that? Hand minables. If they haven't popped already, that's 100% hand minables. Let's go, little sky dance. Yeah, did they update the toy because it works probably for me? I did remember seeing something as I was skipping through patch notes saying there was like an update to the Toby or something specifically for OBS, because my Toby used to work, you know, and it always has worked fine. Unless I've got OBS running, and then if OBS is running, it causes problems. And but I have noticed now that I don't seem to be having any issues. I'm colorblind. I was going to say just fly up and take a look at, yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of trouble identifying the differences. Have I done anything with what? My color blindness? Nah, mate. It's not bad. It's not bad. Of course. There's rocks out there. Magda doing me dirty. What was that? There was something 2,000 clicks around here somewhere. Doing me dirty. Don't have a lot of time, and so she knows. Not going to give Crouch anything. What's in here, hey? This looks like a potential winner. See, I can't see anything there, man. Is that... It's purple and gold. Or green. Is that green? This is aphrite, right? This is what I'm looking for. These little green things. Or is it these purple things? Or this gold stuff? It's the green stuff. It's the green, right? What's green? Dolovine. I never remember what color the gems are. Yeah, Dolovine. Time to get up. How's your back, Dutchman? How is your back, mate? Completely healed up, mate. No problems anymore. Ah, lovely. I injured my back at work a couple of weeks back. And luckily Qantas have an amazing Q Care program. So I got all my treatment for free, which was lovely. So that's all healed up and better, which is lovely. Just skim the ground there with our belly. So we've got to be on the ground, man. We've got to be on the ground. We're so low. Come on, really? Magda. Doing me dirty. So I'll take that the audio from Hazy Days a little bit later on, and skim that down into just a quick. It should be 10 minutes or 12 minutes or something like that, minus the intro and all that sort of stuff. And I think next time we come back, we'll have a listen to Sid and Cyrus, because I really enjoyed the first part. The only issue with those conversational type stories, and this was one of the issues that I had, you know, with one of the other ones, is that as I start reading it and identify with the characters, you know, I get to the point where I'm like, actually, I've mentioned this before, I'm reading this character entirely wrong, and then I get all frustrated and disappointed, and so that's the only thing I need to be aware of with the sort of conversational type stories, is it can take some time to get the characters correct. Too much flying sideways. Oh, this is a little cluster of Hadonite. Ah, well, five nodes is better than nothing. Let's have a look. Dolavine, right? That's green. Ah, look! I'm doing it! Hi, sweetheart. What's up? Welcome back. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Oh, wow. Got a little luggage. Charlotte's going on her year 4 school camp. And so they've been out shopping.
You're alive?
I am, yeah.
Oh, hi.
So you got a new bag?
I don't want stuff.
You got lots of stuff. So she had to go and buy a bunch of stuff, right, for the school camp, because they've got like big lists of stuff that they have to have now. All right, hang on. You're gonna be there for 3 days. Let's turn that off. It's a bit distracting for the moment. New water bottle. That's our 50th water bottle in the house, I'm sure.
But it's a white one. It's really good.
Lovely. Very nice. Super excited. Robo boy, how are you? You need to get on a better server, Crouch. I'm on low pop server. We're only going to be here for a little bit, man. New sleeping bag. Okay, good one, good one. Because, you know, her old one was from when she was very, very small.
And I got my own luggage.
I like the colour.
What's up?
The hard case, too. Very nice.
And then everything else. Everything else is not gonna box. Everything else is in here.
Everything's inside there, is it?
Yeah.
You're getting a live stream show and tell of Charlotte's camping stuff.
For tomorrow, crazy hair day.
Crazy hair day. Is that a cool scrunchie?
Kramer.
Oh, green. Kramer. Charlotte's in Kramer house, which is green. Ah, a new scrubber.
My favorite. It's these.
Oh, new lunchboxes. You badly needed new lunchboxes.
Yeah. So basically,
She's had the same lunchboxes since she was in prep.
they have like cutlery that you can use.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think there's a spoon and a knife. There's a spife.
A spife.
A spife and a fork.
So there's a spoon and a fork. Are they combined together into a spork?
No, a spoon and a knife.
A spoon and a knife.
Yeah.
No fork?
Yeah, it is a fork.
There is a fork?
It's separate.
Okay.
So it's only 2 spots.
Oh, so the spoon, the handle of the spoon is the knife?
Yes. Then I got
Okay, that sounds dangerous.
Then I got this,
Little toiletries bag.
for hair and like other stuff.
Or your secret makeup, hey? I've seen your secret stash of makeup. The Tim Tam Ninja. Yeah, there's no Tim Tams on the stream today. We didn't start the stream with a Tim Tam slam. There's no Tim Tams. Well, I wasn't planning on going live today until I was like, I want to quickly read that story. And the best way to do it is just to do it live. What was that? I missed it.
Four pairs of shorts.
Ah, more shorts.
They're all different colours.
Okay.
So you get 4 pairs of shorts.
Lovely. Badly needed more shorts.
We need an extra pair of shoes from Kate.
Oh, yes, yes.
Because we need them for water.
We are in the mountains. I do not like the mountains. Oh!
To me, lunchbox for him, not for me.
I know your lunchbox for me to take to work. That's not glass. Most of our Tupperware is glass containers. And,
I have a torch. My own torch.
Oh,
So I keep
boy!
using yours when it was... And I can't
You got your own torch. Nice one.
And then just I think 16 hair ties.
Okay,
Just because.
so we add those to the other 500 in the house?
No, they're for Ken.
Okay. But not for me. What do you think I need hair ties for? Who's constantly reminding me I don't have hair?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite things
Yeah.
is a toothbrush box.
A toothbrush, but oh, keep your toothbrush nice and clean while it's on camp. Good idea. Bossy. Sorry, bud. Been listening on headset while driving. Feel bad not being able to reply when you was talking to us. No, mate, it's all good. It's all good. They're rocks. We've got to get out of these mountains. You're all done, Ninja? Alright, bear. It's 5:15. I want a little bit of hat night before, I go to work. Oh, Roxy's. That's going to be Roxy's over here for sure. Yeah. A little valley. What's in the valley? Nothing. Your luggage has got a lock on it? Okay, good. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's put some power to engines. Get that boost going. Don't really need weapons or shields here. It's getting winter here. Does that mean it's getting summer there? It does indeed, mate. It's getting warmer and warmer. In fact, I remember Charlotte was talking to some of her friends yesterday, and one of them was saying it's going to be 32 degrees on one of the days we were on camp, and Charlotte was like, "That's too hot. I'm going to melt." She doesn't do well with the heat.
But yeah.
So yes, end of the year is summertime for us. December, January, February. We'll be looking forward to some 40-degree days for sure. Alright. In the mountains. In the mountains. Yeah, no, I can't be bothered with the mountains. Man, that boost in the C1 is never going to get old. May Odin grant you knowledge on your path. May Thor grant you strength and courage on your way, and may Loki give you laughter as you go. May the blessings of your gods and my own be with you all. Thank you, Dutchman. How are you guys finding the Toby? Is it disorientating? Is it nauseous? I've tried to tune it down so it's not as crazy as I've had it in the past. When I first got the Toby, I really couldn't get used to it because I think I just had my settings wrong, like my VKBs. Hello, Gemses. That it was just so nauseous, that everything was so quick. Is this the same 5 that we were on before? We've gone around in a circle, haven't we? It's getting dusty. Storm is settling in. Am I enjoying the VKBs now? I'm slowly getting used to them. I've been, you know, every now and then I go back in and I adjust my curves and stuff. I still don't think I've got them dialed in. But, you know, the only real issue I had with them before was landing. And now that, you know, the SCM is off by default and you can turn it on. Like right now we're flying above SCM because it's the limiter is off, right? What was that rattling sound? A rock falling over maybe. Now that we can turn the SCM on and off easily. Oh, 2 patches of gems, really? Where's the other one? Just over there somewhere. I'm getting into the habit now of enabling the SCM when I land. And that's making a huge difference. Oh, Jesus! Something is rattling around. It's disorientating me. I think my rock is flying around in the back of the ship. Alright, what's this? I think we're running over the same old ground. That's Dolavine. Always follow the sun. I can't see the sun. I've been trying to follow the shadows. Like you can see the shadow on this rock is, you know, pointing behind us. So I've been trying to follow the shadows. But yes, we're sort of running around in circles at the moment. Yeah, we've 100% been here. We're back in the same valley. Yeah, that's a single rock there, right? That one right there. Yeah. God damn it. If nothing else, it's been nice to have just a quick fly around. Read Hazy Days at the beginning of the stream. See some old faces that I haven't seen for a while. And then obviously we'll be back on Sunday with a regular stream. We do 8 hours now on a Sunday. It's my reset my body clock time. So we go from 9 PM until around 5. So even if I don't, what's the time? It's 5:20. So even if I don't grab a little bit of hat night before work, that's fine. I'm going to turn off the Toby for a little bit. It's getting a little bit distracting. I was saying it's getting a little bit distracting, and I look to the left to look left, and I can't look left. It would be nice if there was some way to be able to set the radar, not the scanner, the radar, to just be looking in front of us, which is kind of defeats the point of a radar though, I suppose, right? She does like to do that sort of maneuver where, you know, you're flying straight on and at speed, and then you roll, point nose down, and then, you know, be looking vertically at the ground to slow down super quick, and then pitch back up and then boost forward to do like that sort of U-turn maneuver. She really likes that, the C1. You just got to remember that, you know, if you're low to the ground, you've got to watch your wing clearance because she's quite wide. Hey, Guitar, how are you? No, we are on Magda at the moment. Searching fruitlessly for some Hadonite. This is one of the moons around Hurston. Green, right? Dolavine. looks windy. Yeah, she's a little bit windy right now. You know, she gets some storms up. We need some Hadonite. Let's get out of here. Let's boost up. Get ourselves a little bit of elevation. We'll look for one of those blue patches. And we'll come down in one of the blue patches. Because as I was saying just before, when I was in one of those last night, I think, I try to do a little bit of mining every night before work. See the different colors? Like this blue section, it all looks very mountainous to me. But there's some flat blue sections. And I had more luck with Hadonite in those. If you're ever blacking out, do a quick roll. And it, you know, sorts that nonsense out. We might be going back to exactly the same spot where we just left from. Wow, Magda has never been this bad for me. Come on, Magda. One patch of Hattie. That's all we want. One patch of Hattie. And then we can get out of here. Oh my god. Is that the same patch of 5? What's that? It's a different color. Hadonite! Alright, so what does Hadonite actually look like? This bluey, sort of purplish, pinkish color. Cool. It's only 5, but you know, we'll take it. Alright. Doors open, engines off. Let's get out of the seat. Let's make sure we got a helmet on because I died yesterday, day before yesterday. I don't know, the days sort of blend in. Alright, we got a helmet on. Lovely. And we got a spare helmet in our backpack. And I've been looting stuff from the outposts that I've been selling my gems at. So we've got collections of spare armor and stuff if we need it. Let's go. Let's get ourselves a little bit of Hadonite. Woo! Oh! She's a little narrow coming out the back here. I like mining over the left now. I like how the laser beam is no longer as bright as it used to be. Mining arm. Fracture mode. Let's go. Let's turn the engine off because that grumbling sound is annoying. Now we can sit back and relax while we bust open some gems. And grab ourselves a little bit of that lovely, lovely Hadonite. I haven't been ore mining this week at all. I think I've got 9 jobs in the refinery now that have been completed. So on Sunday we'll duck up to the refinery and take what did we take last time? The Carrick? Can't remember what we took last time. We'll take a big ship, take all that stuff off the cell and see what I've made from my refinery. So in the last cell, we got $1 million from the refinery last Sunday, and the rest of the jobs from that week have now also finished. So we'll add that to the tally and see what I made in the week, doing a little bit of ore mining. Because, like, as I said, I haven't been ore mining at all this week, so... But I've just really fallen back in love with, you know, doing some rock mining. It's just super chill. Put on some nice music. You know, flying the C1 around is really, really nice. I haven't gotten the Nomad out yet since I saw the post on the Discord saying that the addition of the Nomad's tractor beam now interferes with being able to get a rock on the tray or the back of the Nomad. And as we all know, the Nomad was my go-to flying ship for rock mining. But I am loving this C1. It is only a loaner for my Zeus. But it is nice. So it's, you know, when I get my Zeus, whenever that comes out, I don't know. I've got too many ships. I've got to really cull my fleet back. But this will certainly be one of them that I buy in game. It's a wonderful all-rounder. I'm really looking forward to reading that 3-part story, Sid and Cyrus. I really enjoyed the first part. That's my alarm to wake up. Maybe after we get this, we'll go and read the first part, just as a little preview of the story. I just got the A1 Spirit. She's a bit explodey, it seems. I don't wear my good armor when flying it. Have you been having trouble in the hangars, have you? Because I know a lot of people... We've had one hangar explosion after the whole stream saying, I've never had a problem, never had a problem, never had a problem. We had a hangar explosion in my Andromeda, which I thought was wonderful and exciting. I finally get to join the hangar people exploding in hangars club. So we're pushing 5:30. I am ready for work. Cut up my fruit salad. It's all packed and ready to go. But I might transfer it to my new lunchbox. And so I think we'll gobble up this Hadanite. Just as a quick example of what I was mentioning on Sunday, I've got a whole bunch of gems here. Normally I'd start on one side and I'd sweep over the gems. If I point directly in the middle, they're all going to fly at me and gems are going to go flying everywhere. Watch. Oh, fuck off. Normally whenever I do that, I end up with gems going all over the place. But today they've all been gobbled up quite nicely. Just randomly just random explosions. Wow, that sounds a bit crazy. Is that just happening in the Spirit? She certainly does sound explodey. Maybe her bombs are going off. Carrying some heavy ordnance in that ship. You know, I've never dropped a bomb out of my A2. Not once. Don't really have any interest in it. I only got it because of the multi, you know, when we were streaming quite regularly earlier on in the year. For community gameplay and group gameplay, she's just a better ship than the Hammerhead. in terms of the number of people that you can have in there flying guns, the number of things you can do. So I picked up the A2 as a multi-crew sort of bounty hunter sort of ship. But I've never dropped a bomb from it. I don't even know how to. All right, just a little bit of how tonight. Just a little bit. I don't know if I've already got some on the ship. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I would have, done a quick stop. In fact, I know I have now that I've got all that armor in the ship. I got that from the last station I went to the last mining outpost to sell. I looted all that stuff. Put our engines back on. Let's turn that off. Let's put the armor away. Let's get back in the ship. Oh, it's right there. I do like the changes to the rock, how she's much slower, she's heavier, she feels more appropriately tuned for her job. And the fact you can fit 2 rocks in here quite comfortably. She's a very good ship. Alright. Let's do a little preview. We'll just do a little preview. Because I don't have a lot of time. Alright, we're going to pause that music. We're going to quit out of the game. Let's bring back up. All right. Capturing the wrong screen now. That's my epidemic sound. Here we go. Close that. Go back to the comm link. Just finishing up my work shift. Have a great day at work. Thanks. Thanks so much, Paid Guitar. I'm going to call you PG. Serialized series, Sid and Cyrus. Let's have a quick look. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon or evening or morning, depending on what shift you work. Just go back to a regular size for a second. Part 1, here we go. Take my headphones off because I don't need those, and that way I can hear my voice a little clearer. Here we go. Sid and Cyrus, Part 1 by Adam Weiser. Weiser? I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. First appearing in Jump Point 5.5. What did I miss? I had to bring the shield mate into the bus stop. Not much, man. We finally found a little patch of hatonite, and we gobbled that up, and I've got to start really getting ready for work. I've got to head off in about an hour, and so I thought, we'll quickly jump in and have a quick preview. This is the next story. So at the beginning of this stream, I read Hazy Days, which was a very, very short story, only 12 minutes or so. I'll edit the audio and put that up as a short video. But the next one I want to do, it'll probably take us a couple of live sessions, and these will just be randomly during whatever time I have. We'll just pop on and read a little bit of this story. So I wanted to read the first part. I've already read this part here just to see if it was something that I was interested in doing, putting some more effort into. And as I said, it's a little bit more conversational. So it's tricky, right? Because as I mentioned with conversational stories, I need to know who the characters are so I can voice them properly. But if I'm doing it live and reading it for the first time, I don't know who the characters are, and so it causes a bit of a problem. And I don't really want to read the story. I'd rather read it live with you guys so that we can have a shared experience of discovering the story, pausing every now and then like we did with Hazy Days just to have a bit of a chat and banter and talk to chat and stuff. And anyway, so here we go. Sid and Cyrus by Adam Weiser. First appearing in Jump Point 5.5. So we'll do this again properly on a different stream. Jason the Bruce, first time watching a story live with the master. Here we go. I need to get some apple juice. Apparently apple juice is really good to sip while you're reading. A high-pitched screech carried across the falling sky as the front door slid open. None of the regulars at this run-down watering hole noticed the noise or cared. Only Sydney looked up from her post behind the bar. Still as observant and energetic as most people half her age, Sid needed but a moment to scan the young man who entered before going back to work. She'd seen enough. The kid sidled up to the bar and eyed Vinny, sitting a few stools down. Vinny took a deep drink and kept his eyes glued to the vid screen. When the crashes were playing, nothing was more important to him. Definitely not some nervous kid with a wild look in his eyes. The kid leaned towards Sid, only to pause and glance Vinny's way again. Once absolutely certain he wasn't listening, he muttered, "Tamiris sent me." Tamiris was the leader of a burgeoning and ruthless outlaw pack calling themselves the Cadejo Crew. Sid knew Tamiris's... For those people who didn't tune in for Hazy Days, we go back over. We go back over. We go back over when there's mistakes. Tamiris was the leader of a burgeoning and ruthless outlaw pack calling themselves the Cadejo Crew. Sid knew Tamiris through reputation only, but if this kid thought otherwise, who was she to wreck his reality? So she smiled to put him at ease and then replied, "How about I buy you a drink?" Radagast. Neat. Wait, you got ghosts? Course. Sid grabbed the bottle of Tavarin rye whiskey and poured his drink. The kid... I'm just going to read this. We're not going to go back and correct it because I'm not going to use the audio. Let's just get this done. Course. Sid grabbed the bottle of Tavarin rye white whiskey and poured his drink. The kid took the moment to eye Vinny again. His nervousness was palpable. This is your first run, isn't it? That returned the kid's attention to her. She set the glass before him. Don't worry. You're doing great. The kid gulped down the white whiskey and almost spit it back out as the burn hit his throat. To his credit, he managed to swallow it. It's just, the kid said as he wiped his lips on the sleeve of his worn flight suit. Well, it's been a crazy day for me. Sid topped him off with a bottle of bootleg moonshine, certain after the initial burn he wouldn't notice the difference. Tell me about it. Well, it's done. Ed? The kid leaned in even farther and lowered his voice, till she could barely hear what he said next. The convoy to Peston. Acorn is in the chat. How are you, mate? This sounds like Star Citizen product placement fanfic. Boy. Tastes like Star Citizen. Have I shown you my hanger recently? Oh, boy. Baston. The kid leaned in even farther and lowered his voice, till she could barely hear what he said next. The convoy to Baston. Sid's stomach sank. Emmanuel. All she could manage in response was, "You're sure it's..." "Yeah, I was there." The kid killed his drink and glanced to the Satterball game. Sid refilled his glass and resisted the urge to smash him over the head with the bottle. So, we good? They said you'd handle phase 2, right? The kid asked. Sid forced a smile and nodded. The kid threw back the last shot and set down the glass. Never did catch your name. Devon. Sid mentally logged the name, then said it aloud to imprint in her mind one more time. You stay safe, Devon. The kid smiled and stumbled to the door, suddenly feeling the effect of the hooch. Sid disappeared into the office in the back of the bar. She found Tulsa and said she was feeling sick. Tulsa sighed sharply, then waved her off without further inquiry. Seconds later, Sid slipped out the bar's back door. She debated following Devon and learning what else he knew, but in the end decided against it. Right now, she needed Cyrus. Quickening her pace, Sid headed home. And that's all I've read so far. So I'm super keen to read the rest of the story. I am just very mindful about, there's multiple characters in here. They obviously have, their own, personalities, and I need to read them with the right intonation and, but, that was enough to intrigue me, right? So something's going on. So what I can piece together from just this little snippet, this young guy, Devon, he's obviously like some, young sort of wannabe pirate, he's trying to get into the thug game or whatever. Sydney, she obviously works in this bar. She seems to have had maybe a partner or a husband or a fiance or someone called Emmanuel, who perhaps might have been killed during this convoy that seems to have been attacked or ransacked or pirated or whatever. And Sydney, having learned that Devon here might be somehow involved in that convoy, obviously very upset, resisting the urge to smash him over the head with the bottle. We don't know much about this Vinny guy who's sitting there. We've been introduced to someone called Vinny, the leader, Tamaris. We've got this Tamaris guy that Devon is working for. We've got this guy called Vinny. We don't know anything about him at the moment, but obviously he's got something to play in the future. And then Sydney, when she finds out that Devon has something to do with this convoy, she's quite keen to get out of there and go find this guy called Cyrus. So there we are. It's interesting. So what's been happening? Dutchman and Acorn having their little banter. Lovely. That's it. Very quick. 1 hour, 15 minutes. It's 5:45. I've got to head off at around 6:20. Should we jump back in and do one more quick mining run? I think we should. Let's jump back in real quick because I have a problem. And I have rediscovered my passion for Star Citizen, and I am addicted to this stupid game. Gonna melt all your ships when you get home, Acorn. Something is preventing me from doing that. I think part of it with my initial pledges from 2014 is, just the nostalgia of seeing those ships in my hangar with a 2014 date. Because I know if I melt them and I buy them back at some stage, they're going to have the new date, right? So it's I think part of it is that. I don't know. We should jump on Discord at some stage, Acorn. I know you've tried to explain it to me multiple times, and I just don't seem to understand how all of this bloody melting of stuff and buybacks and stuff. Let's go back to Epidemic Sam. We'll put on some music real quick. Where are we? Let's go with gem mining, and we'll pick a random track and we'll play this. All right, let's go. Let's get our Toby on. We'll see what we can find real quick. Where's the sun? It's over here. It's setting. Okay, that didn't take long. Hopefully this is some Hadonite. Where'd those gems go? There they are. What are these? Can I do the old zoomy zoomy? That's green, right? That's Dolavine. They're just shining in the sunlight. Yep, okay, cool. Let me get my chat back up. No, that's not it. That's it there. I'll be your fleet advisor. Maybe I should go on info runners. I just know they're going to melt all my ships. And, you know, force me to buy big capital ships. That's another thing I should remember is that, you know, even if I do back the concept ships, I am getting the loaners. If you buy back from the buyback tab, the insurance is the same. Whoa! One more little cluster. I think we might have passed over an opportunity back there on the right. I want to know how fast I have to fly to just chase the sun continuously. Wonder if you can do it. Those look like rocks to me. It is nice being able to just look around with the Toby. Like I can even see my door if I look all the way around the side of my chair. I can see the door. That's pretty cool. Right, what's this little cluster? And then we'll get back and see what the chat's been having a chat about. Look at my shadow over there. That's cool. Let's turn that off. I don't know about dates. I got in late anyway. Yeah, you know, that's the issue for me, is especially with my Starfarer. I've mentioned this before when I melted my Starfarer, and then I bought it back and I contacted them and said, hey, listen, you know, is there any chance you could put the date of when I originally purchased it back in 2014, please? If you melt your ship and buy it again, would that reset your insurances? Nope. If you buy back from the buyback tab, the insurance is the same. So that means, so whatever insurance you got when you bought it, if you melt it and then buy it back, you get the insurance that you got at the time. Crouch, you should tell these two how you tragically lost and miraculously recovered your shipwreck the other night. 'Twas a tale for the ages. Oh man, it was. That was epic. Epic. Cruising along Magda here. You know, I you know, skimming so close to the ground as I do. Clipped a mountain, blew up, and then Acorn magically appeared and was like, we can find that ship, dude. Set a transport beacon to your rocks. I had 2 rocks in the back of the C1 both of those were intact but inoperable. So we used one of those to set a transport beacon, and Acorn took that. The beacon was buggy. It wasn't working. And so the wizard, one node, the stream wizard went back and started looking through the stream to figure out where I was. And then, you know, he just started flying, trying to follow my flight path, and then just started flying in a random direction after, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And, you know, I was in third-person view as Acorn was flying the ship. And we passed over this little white thing on the ground, and I was like, go back, I think it's down there. And we found it. One node. Is that all you've got? Come on, Magda. Why you be like this? It was just so miraculous. We managed to get back to the C1. We managed to get all the gems out of it. The rocks weren't operatable. Fine. But we got the gems. It was so good. It was so cool. I'm told that Hull Munching comes live before Christmas and the Reclaimer gets a big rework. Yeah, well, I was just reading the leaked Ivacati patch notes, and they're testing Hull Munching right now. So that seems interesting. I think the T0 implementation is going to be fairly boring, because they do talk about entering salvage mode, and you just look at the ship and then it just breaks apart into pieces. Depending on the size of the ship, it takes a certain amount of time. I don't think you need to do anything. I don't know. We'll see. But it's certainly exciting. I might have to get my vulture out for some adventures. What are these up here in the mountain? Oh, there was something just here. I'm trying to look around without the Toby on. Yeah, it was amazing. He didn't clip a mountain, he panicked. No, I didn't. So go watch the stream back. I'd just taken off. I was reading chat, and the mountain was super close. And I clipped it. You go watch the stream back. There's no panic on this channel. When have I ever panicked on this channel? I gave that up a long time ago. Maybe on like the first 1 or 2 streams, and then afterwards I never panic. That's not a thing. That's lies, falsehood. Alright, we're pushing 6. We've got to find some gems. In the next couple of minutes, we've got to find some gems. Not in the mountains. Give me something, Magda. Give me something. Gotta get out of these mountains. If we can grab a couple more gems before I finish up, then I'll jump back on after I get back from work about 6 tomorrow morning. Oh, are you down there in the valley? Where are you, Gemses? Dollar vine. Yep. I can tell now. I can see the green. I just didn't know what I was looking for before. I'm not colorblind. That was just a gag. a stream bit. Oh. You totally forgot about it. Shouldn't have reminded us. It was the first thing that was mentioned on Sunday, you know, the other Sunday when I first, you know, when I came back. Yellow orange. Yellow orange. Green? You reckon that Stolar vine in there? Yeah. Alright. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined me today. If you were here for Hazy Days, thank you for tuning in. Otherwise, you can go back and watch that at the beginning of the stream. It's the first 15 minutes or so. I'll cut that into its own little clip. And then progressively, over the next couple of weeks, we'll read our way through Sid and Cyrus. And get to discover those characters and find out what that story is all about. I do want to check this one over here. Pretty sure it's all, but... it is not. It is some gemses. Disguised as ore. One little patch. Knowing this game, the next patch will be bloody 16. It's alright, we got 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes. Yeah, so I can only do the audio recordings really every now and then when I get time. Or at least the streams for them. But I think it's going to be the best way for me to actually get it done. And, you know, more fun, right? You know, I get to interact with people, we get to listen to the story, as I've mentioned. So I hope as you get time, if it fits with your schedule, pop in, say howdy. I don't know when the next one's going to be. Like, you know, I just popped this on today because, you know, I had some time. I got up a little bit early, and I thought, look, I'll get Hazy Days done. That reading reminded me of that Subway product placement in that one movie. What the hell does that mean? Alright guys, I'm going to drive to work. See you all later. If not, good Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks, Dutchman. It's great to see you, mate. Glad to hear things are well. Are you kidding me? What's with all these single gem nodes? The Mike Myers movie. This music's a bit intense. Alright, I don't think we're going to have time to find any Had Night. It is what it is. Sometimes she giveth, sometimes she doth not giveth. Nope. Or you can see them there on the ground. Wayne's World. Really? Wayne's World. I haven't seen that for years. Oh God, let's go check this. No. He literally does an ad read in the middle of the movie. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You alright, Ninja? What is this? Oh God, it's on top of the mountain. Oh, it's not badly inaccessible. Let's go have a look. It's just going to be difficult to land the C1 around here. Some type of rock. What is it? All right. Whoa! Let's panic. Bummer. All right. I think we're out of time. We are out of time. We are out of time. Bummer. Sob it. Sob it. There we go. Look, we know you came for a ship convention, but any particular adventurous pilots out there looking for some fast action, take heed. Local militia have been jamming out comms with reports of long-dormant drug labs, colloquially known as jump towns, becoming active on nearby moons, and they're requesting assistance in corralling their activity. Good news, rookies! We've been told no experience is necessary. Star Citizen. Playable now. Said pancake, not panic. I pancaked. I did pancake. Okay. Sorry, Akon, you were right. I pancaked. Thanks for tuning in. Oh shit, I'm just floating in space. We gotta get out of here. Let's jump in, let's land this beast. I would have logged off and we would have lost our gems. We gotta find somewhere to land this machine. Just down here in this valley looks good to me. Actually looks really bad, but we'll try. It's dusty. It's real dusty. Alright, we can't see anything. Let's just sit down and see how we go. Sunday, we'll be back. Oh my god! Look at this, it's a cutlass! It's a cutlass! It's a cutlass. And that, my friends, is how we finish an After Dark stream. We on the ground. No, we don't even have any landing gear down. What's going on? It's gonna be fun trying to recover this ship. We'll leave those two bits behind. We'll come and salvage those later on when hull scraping comes in. Or hull salvaging. Classic. Oh, classic. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful afternoon. And I will catch you guys on Sunday. If not beforehand, if I find some time to, sit down and we'll do a little bit of reading of Sid and Cyrus together. Otherwise, it's easy to get into a hangar now, Flossie, 100%. 100%. Let's log off out of there. And if you missed Hazy Days, it's at the beginning of the stream. Otherwise, I'll clip that out and we'll put that up later on. That's me. I'm out. It's 10:06. Got to get ready for work. One day I'm going to sort out my bloody stream deck and put the button in an appropriate place. Bye.